Hey guys, I'm Lauren.
And I'm Kelly of SysFit.
And today we're going to be going over 10 tips to prevent shin splints for runners.
Tip number 1 is to avoid heel striking and instead hit on your forefoot when you're running. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, be sure to reference our prior video that is 3 mistakes to make while hit running. We go really in depth about this. But again, a lot of times when we're running, we hit on our heel and then we take off onto our toe. It's a lot more impact and a lot less efficient. And so therefore that can cause shin splints a lot easier than if you just hit on your forefoot without touching your heel and run in that manner. Tip number 2 is to not increase your mileage too quickly, especially for new runners. A lot of times we get over eager and we want to start with 1 mile and then we're up to 3 and 5, and then soon enough we have shin splints. So just ease into it, make sure that you're not increasing your mileage by any crazy amount, and you're just being aware of how your body feels. Tip 3 is to run on soft surfaces when possible. So instead of hitting the pavement or cement, if you can avoid it, you always want to go onto like a trail or even a track if you can go to a local high school or middle school. Even grass sometimes is okay as long as it's a stable surface that you don't feel like you're going to roll an ankle on. But especially if you start to feel your shins light up, be sure to opt for those softer surfaces over the pavement. Tip 4, give yourself enough rest and recovery time. So be sure to listen to your body. Don't go out and run every single day. You want to make sure that you're allowing your body to rest through your cross training, which I will get to in the next tip. Tip 5, cross training. So a lot of us Lauren and I included, want to run every single day, and that's just not best for our bodies or our shins, so it's great to cross train. We recommend adding in bike or elliptical. You can still do high intensity workouts, but you're just working different muscles and it's not quite the same impact as it is to run every single day. Tip 6, so finding proper footwear is so important. A lot of us want to go for the cutest shoes and we're not even picking the right shoe for the activity that we're doing. We can be an over and under pronator. You might not even know what that means. We recommend going to your local running store and making sure that you have your gait analyzed so that you're in the proper footwear for the proper exercises that you're doing. Tip 7, we recommend changing out shoes if you can. So if you have 2 pairs of running shoes, then you can interchange those every other day. So that'll allow you not to have impact in the same spot. You're using different muscles. Also, shoes get compressed as you run. So if you can switch them out, it gives them the time for that foam to bounce back, and therefore you'll have more of that impact absorption when you go to wear them the next time. All right, tip 8 is to replace footwear. So many of us wear shoes forever and don't pay attention to how long we've had them, how many miles we put on them. So if you are tracking mileage, we recommend 300 to 500 miles is typically the range that you start to wear out shoes and you're not getting the impact absorption that you want. So that's about the time to renew, grab a new pair of shoes and get going. If you're not counting, Lauren and I aren't so good about that. A good rule of thumb is every 4 to 6 months. So by the time you hit 6 months, you want to make sure that you have another pair to switch into the mix. Tip 9 is to stretch. So you want to add these stretches into your daily stretch routine. The first one is a basic calf stretch. So you can put your foot up against any sort of surface, against a wall, against a ledge, and lean into it. That's going to help stretch your calf. And then another great one is to bend your knee. So get set up just like you're doing a calf stretch. Bend your knee, and then that gets into your soleus, so you'll feel it even lower. And those are great stretches to help prevent shin splints. All right, our last tip, tip 10, are to do shin pulls. So implementing this exercise is a great thing to do every single day, especially if you're feeling shin discomfort. So at a 90-degree angle, you want to pull your toes up, so you should really feel that flexion in your shins. So pulling up and then releasing. So you can do a good 20 or 30 of those to get going, and then you can start to pick up that pace. Eventually, you'll almost feel like spiders are running up and down your shin. It gets really uncomfortable, but that's the experience. You want to feel that muscle fatiguing out and really working to strengthen that shin muscle.
All right, so those are your 10 tips. Be sure to keep those shins healthy.